They say the dark is empty. They are wrong. Welcome to VTT 199X Media, where the nightmares are real and the stories never end. New horror stories every week. Join us if you're brave enough. Subscribe now and keep the lights on. There's a rest stop on Highway 117 that most people don't remember stopping at. They remember the feeling afterward. The road cuts through miles of nothing. No towns, no houses, just forest on both sides, pressing close like it's listening. I was driving west, past midnight. The kind of night where the radio fades in and out, and your headlights feel weak against the dark. I hadn't planned to stop, but my fuel light came on sooner than expected. That's when I saw it. A rest stop sign. Old, faded, one arrow pointing off the highway. No name. I should have kept driving. The place looked wrong the moment I pulled in. Too quiet. No insects. No wind. The gas station lights buzzed overhead, flickering just enough to make shadows move when nothing else did. 2 cars were parked, both empty, doors closed, engines cold. Inside the station, a man stood behind a counter. Late 50s, gray hair, sheriff's mustache without the badge. He didn't greet me, just watched. "You open?" I asked. He nodded slowly. "Been open a long time," he said. Something about the way he said it made my skin crawl. I filled my tank quickly. Didn't look toward the trailing. Didn't look at the restrooms. When I went inside to pay, I noticed something strange. A bulletin board behind a counter. Missing persons flyers. Lots of them. Some old, some recent. Different faces. Different states. Same location listed at the bottom. Highway 117. I pointed at the board. A lot of people go missing around here. The man smiled faintly. "People pass through," he said. "Not all of them pass back." That's when I heard a sound from the back. A door closing. Heavy. Metal. My heart skipped. "Anyone else here?" I asked. The man hesitated. "Just a second. Restrooms are closed," he said. I didn't ask why. I paid. Turned to leave. That's when the police cruiser pulled in. Lights off. A deputy stepped out. Young. Tired eyes. Hand resting near his holster. He glanced at me, then at the station. "You all right?" he asked. I nodded quickly. "Just getting gas." His eyes lingered on the building. "You didn't use the restroom, did you?" he asked. "No," I said. "Good." He exhaled. "Best keep it that way," he muttered. Before I could ask why, a scream echoed from the woods. Short, sharp, cut off too quickly. The deputy's hand went to his radio. The man behind the counter didn't move, didn't react.
That was the first thing that told me something was wrong.
That happens sometimes, he said quietly. And
listening.
in that moment, I realized something
the sound
terrible.
almost instantly.
This wasn't a place people
like
stopped
it never
to rest.
happened.
This was a place
that
they were
often.
meant to be delayed.
I asked. He didn't answer. Just keyed his radio. "Dispatch," he said quietly. "I'm at the Highway 117 rest stop again." Again. Static crackled. No response. The man behind the counter cleared H. "You stop here often?" I asked quietly. He shook his head. "No one does," he said. "Not twice." That made my stomach drop. "What is this place?" I asked. He glanced back at the building. Lights flickering. Buzzing. "Officially," he said. "Just a rest stop." "Unofficially." He hesitated. "People disappear near here," he said. "Then they show up somewhere else." "Alive?" I asked. He didn't answer. It trailed toward the woods. My heart pounded. The deputy saw it too. He drew his weapon. Slow. Controlled. "Sir," he said. "I need you to stay right there." The man sighed. Almost disappointed. "Always the same," he said. "Someone notices." That's when the sound came again. Closer. Footsteps. Running. From the forest. A figure burst into the light. A woman. Barefoot. Bleeding. Eyes wild. She screamed. Pointed behind her. "He's still out there," she cried. He didn't finish. The man behind the counter didn't react. Didn't flinch. The deputy rushed forward. "Ma'am, you're safe." The lights went out. Total darkness. The forest exploded with sound. Branches snapping. Voices shouting. I didn't run. I don't know why. Maybe it was shock. Maybe it was the way the darkness pressed in, thick and heavy, like the place wouldn't let me leave yet. The deputy lay motionless on the pavement. His radio crackled weakly. Static. Then silence. I crawled toward him. My hands came away wet. He was breathing. Barely. "Don't, go inside," he whispered. Then his eyes rolled back. The station lights flickered again. Buzzing. Struggling. From inside the building came that sound. Dragging. Slow. Intentional. Metal scraping across concrete. I backed away. My spine hit the side of my car. Keys still in the ignition. I could have left. I should have left. But something pulled my eyes back to the station. The restroom door. The one the man said was closed. It was open now. Just a crack. Cold air leaked out. And something else. A smell. Old water. Rust. Decay that had been cleaned too many times and never truly removed. I heard whispering. Not voices talking to each other. Voices talking to the building. I grabbed the deputy's flashlight. Hands shaking. Each step toward the door felt wrong. Like walking against a current. Inside, the station felt larger. Hallways longer. Corners deeper. The restroom door creaked as I pushed it open. The lights inside were dim. One flickering fluorescent tube. Stalls lined the walls. All closed. Except one. The farthest stall. Door hanging loose. Something dark stained the floor beneath it. I heard breathing. Slow. Wet. Then a voice. "Help me," it whispered. I froze. It sounded like the woman. The one who ran from the forest. I took another step. That's when I saw them. The walls. Covered. Carvings. Names. Dates. Tallies. Hundreds of them. Some scratched deep. Some shallow. Some layered over others. People had been here. A lot of people. The breathing stopped. The voice changed. Lower. Calmer. "You shouldn't have come in here." The stall door creaked open wider. A man sat inside. Not standing. Not lunging. Sitting. Hands folded. Eyes hollow. His clothes were soaked dark. But he wasn't bleeding. He smiled. "Do you know how many people stop here every year?" he asked softly. I backed away. He tilted his head. "They think it's just a place," he continued. A pause. A break. He gestured to the walls. "But this place remembers them." I felt dizzy. "What did you do to them?" I whispered. He chuckled. "I didn't do anything," he said. "I just kept them here." The lights flickered violently. The mirror shattered. In the reflection, I saw it. Not him. Something behind him. Tall. Still. Watching from the corner of the ceiling. It had no face. Just an outline. Like a shadow that didn't belong to anything solid. The man followed my gaze. His smile faded. "Don't look at it," he said quickly. "It doesn't like being noticed." The whispering grew louder. All around me. Names. Begging. Prayers. I ran. I didn't look back. I burst out of the station into the cold night air. The deputy was gone. Only his badge remained on the pavement. And carved into the hood of my car. A single word. Wait. That's when I heard sirens in the distance. Real ones. Approaching fast. And from the forest. I heard laughter. The sirens grew louder. Closer. Real. Red and blue lights flashed through the trees as two patrol SUVs pulled into the lot. Relief hit me so hard my knees nearly gave out. Officers jumped out. Hands on weapons. Scanning everything. "You okay?" one of them shouted. I nodded frantically. "The deputy, he was shot, inside, the man." "Slow down," the officer said. Another officer walked toward the station entrance. Paused. "Doors open," he called. They moved in together. I stayed beside my car. Shaking. Trying not to look toward the woods. Minutes passed. Too many minutes. Finally, one officer stepped back outside. His face had gone pale. "Call county," he told the others. Now. They didn't find the deputy. They didn't find the man. They didn't find blood. Nothing. The restroom was spotless. Mirrors intact. Floors dry. Walls clean. No carvings. No stains. No stall hanging open. Just empty tile. "You sure this is the place?" an officer asked gently. I stared past him into the building. The hallway looked shorter now. Normal. I saw them," I whispered. The officer nodded politely. "You've been through something," he said. "That happens out here." I looked down at my car. The word carved into the hood was gone. Like it had never been there. An ambulance arrived. They checked me for injuries. Wrapped my hands. Gave me water. Then one of the older officers approached. He studied me for a long time. "You stopped here by accident?" he asked. "Yes." He nodded slowly. "Most do," he said quietly. Something in his tone made my stomach tighten. "What do you mean?" I asked. He glanced toward the tree line. Then back at me. "You should leave," he said. "Before sunrise." "Why?" I asked. He didn't answer. Just walked away. They escorted me back onto the highway. Watched until my car disappeared down the road. I drove for miles. Didn't stop. Didn't check mirrors. Didn't breathe normally until I saw the first real town lights. I thought it was over. 3 weeks later, I received a call. County Sheriff's Office. They wanted me to come in. Identify something. I almost refused. But curiosity is stronger than fear sometimes. The evidence room smelled like dust and cold metal. The sheriff placed a small cardboard box on the table. Opened it. Inside was a badge. The deputy's badge. Dried blood along the edge. "We found this near an abandoned service road," he said. "That road leads back to Highway 117. My hands trembled. "There's something else," he added. He slid a photograph across the table. An aerial photo of the rest stop. Taken 30 years ago. The building looked different. Older. Behind it. A second structure. Concrete. Windowless. "What is that?" I asked. The sheriff hesitated. "Records say it was sealed after a series of incidents," he said. "Missing persons. Violent crimes. Officers disappearing." My throat tightened. "Why reopen it?" I asked. He stared at the photo. "We didn't," he said. The room fell silent. I drove home afterward. Locked my doors. Closed my curtains. For weeks, nothing happened. No calls. No nightmares. Then last night. I stopped for gas. Different highway. Different state. I walked inside to pay. Behind the counter. A familiar man stood there. Gray hair. Sheriff's mustache. He smiled politely. "You look like you've been driving a long time," he said. My chest tightened. "I have," I replied. He nodded. "Long roads need places to stop," he said. I backed toward the door. The lights flickered overhead. And for just a moment. Behind him. I saw tiled walls. Stalls. Carvings layered over each other. Hundreds of them. The man leaned closer. Lowered his voice. You'll need to rest eventually, he whispered. I left without paying. I drove until sunrise. But now, whenever I pass a rest stop sign late at night, I slow down. Without meaning to. Because part of me wonders if one day I won't drive past it all.
Do you believe this story is true or just a legend? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Every interaction helps the channel grow and bring you even more horror stories.